So the story of Oscar Goldman's non-exploding briefcase here. They give you pretty clear instructions here as far as twist to the right to open it. The way it's supposed to work is when you twist it to the right, the wrong way, and open it, it'll explode, and your contents are looking like they've been destroyed. So the bad guy's chance of getting access to your secret files, access is denied because it's been self-sabotaged here. It's destroyed. So, taking a brief look here into the design of that, it's just scored bent plastic, so that's one of these things that's going to be a stress crack over time and just totally break through. So anyhow, so to reset that, you're supposed to push this down. I'm trying to be gentle with that because it's old, okay? Let's face it, almost 40 years old, the plastic here. And then this panel goes back on while you're holding that. And then that snaps in, which resets that thing. And we'll set that back. Okay. Then, to open it the right way without it exploding, pull that out. Then you turn it to the right. Then you can open it without exploding. Problem is, guess what? It's still exploding. Here's the side it's supposed to open to. And you have a nice little convenience side here for some file folders. We'll go over that later. And headset, things like that will store. So there's your non-exploded view. And a nifty little bonus play feature to this is this little dial turns, and then your screen here will change out. We got a picture of Steve Austin, a plant here that's apparently doing some bad stuff going on in there, and I can't figure that one out. I'll get back to you on that one. And there's a image of a stolen microchip. And a satellite in space here that's picking up secret information there, I suppose. So whatever your mind's whim or desire there. So it's not holding this side back because there's a tiny clip up in here that is broken off. I'm trying to find a good angle to show you here. I think that's about as good as I can get. Compare it to this side where it's sticking out and this side here where it's broke off back there. So I'm going to have to try to figure out a way to repair that or replace that so this side will stay open when you have opened it in the correct non-destructive, and it won't stay shut on its own either. So it kind of hangs and flops around there. So Oscar can't go walking around with a flippy case here. So that's this project. We're going to take a look here and try to repair the self-destructing briefcase of Oscar Goldman. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to start the repairing here. So I'll take sandpaper to smooth off the edge, kind of not smooth it off. I'm going to be roughing up the edge on both sides here, both pieces. The one on the case and then the broken piece that came off. After I clean them or sand them, I'm going to clean them with a little bit of the rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip just to get any other fine debris from sanding and any possible oil even from your hands off of it. Let that dry well. And then I'm going to try out something new, which is this Loctite epoxy plastic binder. It says in 20 to 25 minutes, and it takes about 24 hours to totally cure. So we're going to give that a shot here on that part and see how that turns out. So it's a two-part. They mix it, or it's made to come out together in one shot there. Dual plunger there. And so we'll give this a shot and test it that way, and we'll see how this all comes out. Okay, so I went through 3 processes in this thing. I went through a epoxy plastic adhesive, which didn't work. Went through super glue, didn't work. I went through plastic welding with little metal reinforcements for it, and that didn't work. And so what I ended up with is a epoxy putty. Ta-da! And that worked for us here. So this epoxy putty is soft, and you work it together until the color mixes, and then it sits in like 5 minutes. So I worked that on into here. They're not kidding. It sits in 5 minutes. It sets up rock hard. I'm trying to get the autofocus. I guess I'm too close for that. And so I've used some needle files and shaped that in to the appropriate shape to fit around the piece here. And I'll give it a little extra smoothing here now that everything's fit and tested and working good. And then I'll do a paint to color match this and put a dull finish sealer over that piece then too here. So that is what finally did the trick, the process there. We'll reset our exploding briefcase here, pop our cover back on. Now we'll open it the correct way, pull it out, turn, and then here's our non-exploded briefcase. Our side is holding, and with our secret document files here for Jamie Summers and Steve Austin here. We'll go over those little details here in a bit here at the end of the project though. So pretty much other than just cleaning up and painting, I would say our problem and material has been solved in making our repair to the self-destruct mechanism on Oscar Goldman's briefcase. I took the needle nose plier, it comes in like a set. I think there's like several different sizes and shapes to them. And went through to touch up and just kind of clean up the repair that I made. And now I'm going to take just a little bit here. I'm taking a dark brown and a little blue to mix in if I need to go a little bit darker with that. And my brush, if it really matters to some folks, this is a size 4 brush. So could go even a little bit smaller than that, but I think we'll be all right. And these are some acrylics here is what I'm using. And then when that dries, I'm going to take that satin varnish here, and I'll go over it, the area I touched up here with that then to give it a sealer. So what's nice is that this epoxy putty has got kind of a nice gray, I think of like a primer gray type tone to it. So it's a good base to paint over. And I paint over this stuff or whatever is, I don't want the repairs, I'm not necessarily trying to hide it, but I don't want the repair to be something that detracts from the item itself. Let me Just adding a little bit of water from on the brush here to kind of smooth this out a little bit, work that out. Take a little bit of blue in here once, darken that up. I think that's pretty good. It's such a small piece. If it's a really large area, I think I'd have to really worry about a color match, but I think this should do pretty well here to get into that. I think the biggest concern on painting this is that it not go into my decal here. So there we go. Doing pretty nice. It's going on good. Like I say, that gray, the gray of that material is nice because it acts like a primer color almost. So it's not hard to paint over. It keeps kind of a rougher finish to itself, you know, unless you're sanding it down. But to the color, acts as a good base color type to work over on there. You can kind of see how that's going. Try to be careful getting to the decal area here. Okay, I think that's pretty good, at least on the first shot here. Okay, let's take a good look here at the finished repair. I've gone in and painted this piece here to match in with the color of the plastic, and then I use that dull coat sealer to put on a top finish on there. And like I say, when I make the repair, not so much to hide it, but just so that as you look at the final piece, it's not something that detracts, draws your eye to it. You just want to be able to appreciate the item for what you're seeing and not get distracted by some kind of repair work. So altogether, I went through, tried the Loctite epoxy plastic binder, which didn't work. Had tried the super glue, used the wood burning tool to try with the plastic welding, and the quick steel reinforced epoxy putty, which did work. That was the one then that used to create this piece up in here then for the, here we go, for the repair. So that's it. We'll take some final views, check it out. Let's take a look at the completed ensemble of Oscar Goldman here. He's got his headset, his houndstooth jacket there with turtleneck on. He's got his khakis, his missions briefcase, his loafers. He's got black socks here also. That's pretty much a completed figure with accessories. And we'll take a look here now at the restored and repaired missions briefcase. The mission briefcase here, let's open it the right way. We'll pull out the handle, flip it up, and without detonating the self-destruct mode there. So his little headset folds down, fits inside the attaché case here. The head mic there just pivots out. And you've got two files There's one for Steve Austin with some top secret schematics for the circuit. It says Bionic leg on that one. And let's see, a little dossier there on Steve. Bionic left eye, bionic right arm, bionic legs. And this one is some kind of a map here showing, I guess, a top secret mission there of where he's supposed to go into, some hot points being focused on there. So we'll put those back into his file folder there. Just plain on the back. And let's take a look here at Jamie Summers. And we have a OSI headquarters memo from Oscar Goldman. Mission objectives: apprehend suspects at Mountain Hideout, recover stolen plans of laser transmitter. Caution: suspects are armed and have hostages. There is the floor plan, I guess, here of the suspect's hideout. Little rooms, little front view elevation there. And then dossier on Jamie. Bionic right ear, bionic right arm, and bionic legs. So we'll file those back into her file folder there. Jamie Summers. And we kind of talked about this in the beginning of the video. You have the little turn wheel here to change out scenes on the viewer. And we'll go ahead and put this back in. It's hard to do while you're reaching over a camera here. So bear with me. All right. Push our plunger back down. Set that back up the right way. Now, take a look here. This is how the hinging is made. Plastic layers of the attaché case are just brought out and folded over these tabs to hold them into place. So, you know, stress breaks and whatnot over age, definitely, it's a lot of issues in the design of this toy here, this feature here, but there we go. We opened it wrong, and now when we open, everything has been destroyed inside the case. All the secret files are toasted, tapes are destroyed, communicator, everything's shot. So there we go. I think we've covered it. Mission accomplished. Good work. So that concludes our episode of restoring the briefcase here for Oscar Goldman. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something here on the figure and some of the repair materials and process. If you did like it, I hope you'll consider subscribing and at least check out some of the other videos here that I've got to offer. And we'll see you next time here at Toy Tinker 10. Thanks for watching.